now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And I am your host, Deanie. We have a very special guest for you guys. You definitely want to stick around for that. And as a matter of fact, text your buddies, family members, or even share it on social media right now and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. This is Don't Lose Sight, the frequency of the fearless. You know, guys, what if the success you're building in life requires a different kind of love? You know, one that doesn't burn you out, but builds you up. Too many high achievers spend years mastering their craft, hitting every milestone, yet quietly feel the ache of loneliness or mismatched partnership. It's not that they can't find love, it's that their standards have evolved. But the dating world hasn't. What if you approach love with the same precision you bring to business? What if your relationship becomes your safest investment, your deepest peace, and your proudest legacy? Today's guest believes that love shouldn't feel like another task to manage. It should be a place you return to, not run from. He's built a process that values clarity over chaos, purpose over popularity, and safety over surface. Because when you're building an extraordinary life, love should match the magnitude. You're not here just for a talk show, and this isn't just radio. This is revival for your mind, body, and spirit. This is Vigilantes Radio Live. My name is Coach Deanie, and change is possible. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Well, let's go. All right. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL. That's Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And I am your host, Deanie. Our interviews are designed to go beyond music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, spirituality, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings. You know, the ones who are out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today's guest is redefining what it means to love intelligently in a world of swipes and surface-level connections. With a deep background in wellness, business, and emotional strategy, he's the trusted advisor for professionals who are tired of playing roulette with their hearts. At Legacy Matchmaking, he's built a discreet, values-based process that helps powerful people build powerful partnerships. Let's talk about the new standard in dating. So please join me in saying welcome, friend, to the visionary, Lance Gibbs. Hey, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. How are you?
I'm a bit under the weather, but other than that, I'm pretty good.
All right, cool deal, man. Before we jump into the process, let me ask you, what's been on your heart and mind lately?
Love. Love has been on my heart and mind lately.
Yeah. In what capacity?
Well, more so about, helping other people to share that, experience that, and have something special. I feel like that's my mission in life, I know I've experienced it, and I'm currently experiencing it now with my wife. And I feel like everybody deserves to have that type of happiness.
Indeed, indeed. I believe that as well. I believe that as well. I feel like nowadays, loneliness is running rampant. There's a lot of people lonely in 2025, and even as far back as COVID, even before then, just the social media and just the internet present has made people disconnect in a way that I just can't put my finger on it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you've called love the most impactful investment. How did you come to that realization?
Well, because love itself basically determines what you do and who you are in life. If you have no love, you can become a person that you're not even used to seeing. You won't know who you are. When you do experience love, you become more productive. Life is much more easier. And then you get to actually create power from love. And I think that that's the ultimate energy that you can actually receive from love itself.
Yeah. I believe that too. I believe that, love make everything full circle. It makes everything whole. Even in my own experience, I've had all different kinds of love. Love that hurt, love that fulfills. And me personally, I believe that love shouldn't hurt. And I've come to realize too that some people don't know what love is or how to love because they haven't experienced that for themselves. So you get some version that's from TV or their idea of love, and things end up going wrong. But what do you think about that?
So, in terms of love and television, I do believe that there is a disconnect between what love actually is and what they show you. I do think that love is something that should be effortless. I don't think that you should have a relationship where you're constantly fighting with your partner, but I also don't believe that love is always a what's the word, infatuating feeling that you feel so giddy all of the time. I think love more is like something that it flows. It's just like you wake up, you're happy, you see the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. You think about them throughout the day, but it also doesn't distract you. You also feel secure in yourself and that you can go on with your day, not worry about anything else going on. So again, it comes back to my original point that it makes you much more productive in life. And that's the difference between, I think, what the mainstream media shows you and what love should actually be.
Indeed, indeed. I was going to say too, I've read the reports of how people are choosing to use matchmaking over just walking into a bars or, grocery store and just saying hi. And I think it has something to do with like the job market. When you don't have to go to a building or see a person for a job, you could just go on Indeed and pick what fits for you.
Yeah.
And then go from there. And I believe the dating model, matchmaking model was built from that because you can pick and choose, cherry pick. Oh yeah, this person does that and this person has this and we may be compatible. You don't have to be like me all goofy with pickup lines from the 80s.
Yeah.
Because first impression matters, right?
No, definitely. I wouldn't say it's as cut and dry as that. It's more of a process.
Yeah.
So it isn't like, you show up online for your perfect person. No, you still have to actually curate yourself along with the person who you match up with because we aren't perfect. So therefore, sometimes we do need to work on ourselves, but the matchmaking itself does make that entire process easier. One of the things, or one of the reasons why I do think matchmaking has picked up, especially over the past few years, like you said, COVID. many people have become more disconnected with real life. A lot of people live on social media, so we lost a lot of skill on how to actually meet people, how to actually make real connections, and a matchmaker can fill that gap. A matchmaker does actually fill that gap, and even beyond just social interactions, the life of a busy professional is just that, pretty busy. So they, even when they actually do have time to socialize in real life, it takes a lot of energy to actually go out and date people, and you don't want to go through the process of meeting somebody or wasting what little energy that you have on someone who will potentially or could potentially waste your time. And a good matchmaker makes that a safe space, dating, and it buffers any or filters out any potential mismatches.
Mm. Okay, I see. So there are two definitions of matchmaking. One, when people say matchmaking, they think of apps.
Uh-huh.
But in your profession, you are the matchmaker who, I guess, like a job recruiter. You're picking out the qualities in both people and saying, hey, you guys may be a good fit.
Hmm.
Is that what you do?
Yeah. So first of all, I want to clarify when you say the first definition that they use apps. Can you clarify what you mean when you say that?
Yeah, matchmaking. So I found my wife on a dating app, and I believe that was matchmaking. uh, but I'm wrong because the real definition of matchmaking is, connecting qualities with qualities. I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily picking someone who's just like you, but someone who's compatible, almost like
Yeah.
twin flames, right?
So so the first idea of matchmaking in terms of dating apps, yeah, that is a bit more it works. But again, it could be a very tedious process. You have the issue of ghosting, not getting swiped on. So yeah, someone like me comes in and makes that process much more easier. Um, Again, who wants to be on a dating app about 50 hours every month trying to find that one person? And that's just the dating app itself. That doesn't include the time it takes to actually date the person, the time it actually takes to know the person, and then the time it actually takes to decide if this is worth it or not. And by the time as you get to that point, you're already 16 months in. And that's usually the average time it takes for someone to end a relationship, which is kind of crazy, right?
Well, Lance, where were you like 5 years ago, man? I could have used that. I was that guy, 16 months in, and there's plenty of fish, and I just need one fish.
No, trust me, I promise you, I can relate to this story so well
Yeah.
because I too was that guy on dating apps. Because I'm not immune to what's going on. I'm
Hmm.
human. I'm not a robot that just say, hey, this person is good for you. No,
Yeah.
ultimately, I learned a lot from the dating app experience. I learned a lot from dating in person. So where I was 5 years ago was building to where I am now. I'm learning exactly how to navigate dating and then applying those skills to help create or curate matches for people. And that's. I know I'm late. I hope I was. I wish I was there to help you out, but seems like you got yourself sorted out.
Yeah. Everything works in its own way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could have used your help. So, you scaled a wellness company before matchmaking.
Yeah.
What insights about the human behavior from that world still shape how you guide your clients today?
Yeah. So one of the insights is that first of all, we all are private beings. Some of us like the mainstream, but at the end of the day, we crave privacy. So that's one of the things that we're definitely big on. The other thing is that I met a lot of personalities, and throughout those personalities, you tend to see what type of people actually are ready to go in a relationship, and then you tend to see what type of people need some encouragement along the way. We never was really taught the skill of dating, just like a lot of us wasn't taught the skill of making money. So those type of things I seen along the way that helped to shape how we build or how we built out matchmaking. And the most important thing to remember is that nobody's perfect. Nobody gets it right the first time. And also another thing that before I forget this point is that even as a matchmaker, I think that there is a stigma around matchmaking where they think that people use matchmakers because they can't get dates. Being in the wellness industry for the past, it's been about over 5 years. Yeah, it's been quite a while. You realize that people get a lot of dates. Like there's no trouble finding dates. The biggest issue is finding quality dates. Someone that actually you can skip all of that toxicity and create something real where you can actually build your life with someone. And that would be the most important lessons I would have learned in the wellness business.
Absolutely. Also, emotional intelligence plays a huge part in this, and it's your North Star, as I understand it. What's one trait you look for in a truly emotional, available person?
So if somebody is truly emotionally available, they have to be able to communicate. I can't stress that enough. One of the things that is a key indicator of how successful you will be in life is how you actually navigate through communication. So when you have persons who actually have a strong command of empathy and expressing their feelings and communicating what they want clearly, that is definitely a high indicator of emotional intelligence. And another one is a quiet sleeper in emotional intelligence is honesty. You can't be emotionally intelligent. Well, let me not say can't, but being emotionally intelligent requires honesty. You have to be honest with yourself, and then you use that honesty to kind of put yourself in someone else's position and take the biblical rule: do to others as you would. How does it go?
Yeah, do unto others as you want done unto you, something to that sort.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of those things too. Like you mentioned, sometimes we're not taught how to make money, how to just, create things out of the air. And I believe one of those lost traits too, or lost gifts, is communication. Sometimes people are not taught how to communicate what they feel and why they feel this way. And they grow up and still can't communicate. So what do you do when adults can't fully articulate who they are and who they want?
So yeah, what I was saying is that what we do is that we offer feedback for clients when they are on dates that we curate through our matching program. We also have a advising program where clients who aren't quite ready yet to go on their dates or to begin dating, we work with them. Doesn't take long, about a few days or weeks, depending on where they're at, to kind of build those skills. But it's a work in progress. It's something that we actively do with clients, especially because we know that clients are pretty busy. So the communication part of it is built into the program. Like it's built in the program, and we've had no issues with getting persons to adopt their dating styles to be more successful.
Legacy building. So that is a huge thing in your brand. How do you help couples go beyond we like each other into we're building something together? And for the record, in my bio, when I was dating on dating apps, that was in my bio.
Oh, yeah?
I'm looking to build. Yeah, because I'm a brand builder. I'm a builder by trade, and I just think that is the next level when you're building something. And when someone helps you build, they love it all the more.
No,
Yeah.
So what we do is, in terms of helping our clients to build their legacy, it's really simple. You just help them actually talk about what their goals are in life. Like it's literally that simple. And then what we do is we find persons who have the same goals or similar goals with them. And from there, we act as the filter. We don't create goals for people. Everybody has their own goals. We just pair you with the persons who share same goals with you. When you do that, it's super easy to build a legacy. When you don't do that, then you have a lot of situations where, you have a lot of bad ending relationships. So we like to think of ourselves as the buffer between a bad relationship and a legacy.
Absolutely. And who are your clients, or who are the people that you look to help? I'm sure this is not for everybody.
Yeah, no. So definitely, we do work with a lot of professionals. So when I say professionals, we work with people in finance. We work with people in medical. Basically, a lot of the high-powered or time exhaustive professions where people honestly don't have the time to date because work takes up so much time, but they don't want to wake up around 50, 60 years old and build this great life but without someone to share it with. So usually professionals that have time sensitive jobs.
Man, you are the rock star here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like, this is a lifetime commitment sometimes that they are giving you the responsibility for, I won't say making it work, but making it compatible, making it make sense, because the future is what I think everyone is aiming for, right? A better future, a more secure future, more happy future. Like you said earlier, it's something that you don't have to worry about. You know that love is secure. And like I said, man, TV love make it seem so easy or fairy tale-ish. Prince Charming or Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Something magical. But we live in a practical world where real data exists, and right now the statistics say that divorce rates are even higher than before. So, man, you are a rock star. So, looking forward, man, where is legacy matchmaking going next, and what kind of culture change are you hoping to create around modern love?
So, well, we mostly want to help we're open to all communities, but right now we're focused on, the Black culture. I think that we have been done such a disservice in terms of how we were taught about love. So we want to create those power couples that you see and read about every day and make them everyday life. There's only so many heroes, Black couple heroes that we actually can look up to. So our focus is to ensure that we continue to spread that love. And again, we're open to, of course, working with persons outside of the race. But I strongly believe that marriage in the Black community has to be focus. That's the only way we gain wealth. That's the only way we actually grow our community. And that's how we put our best foot forward.
Absolutely. I love that, man. It's like you're getting on the front lines to change the narrative that we've been given. Growing up, the Hustables were like a fairy tale marriage, two successful black individuals making it work. So yeah, man, I have to applaud what you're doing because we need that in our community. Just to share something with you, man, my daughter came home with a book in her backpack called A Day with Daddy.
Oh, yeah?
And it's about a dad coming to visit his child on the weekend. And my daughter's in a two-parent home, and we're pretty successful. So I can't wait till the semester starts so I can lay into whoever gave this book to my child. But that is what we are dealing with. So I'm so thankful for guys like you who are jumping on the front line and putting power couples together, because it can be done, and that's what we need.
Yeah.
All right. Indeed. So where can people gather more information, more resources, and connect with you to find the love of their life?
So yeah, you can just head on over to legacymatchmakers.com to check out our website. We have a fun assessment that you can take to see exactly where you are in your relationship and what to do next. So yeah, hit us up, legacymatchmakers.com. Hit us up, legacymatchmakers.com.
All right, guys. This is a powerful, grounded, and truly insightful conversation with Lance Gibbs, and he can provide some emotional tools that lead to real readiness, to the frameworks that filter the noise and elevate the connection. This is a deep dive into how love, when chosen intentionally, becomes the ultimate wealth. And when you don't have time, Lance is your guy. So Lance, thank you for the clarity and care you bring to the most sacred area of our lives. And to our listeners, don't just date, build legacy. That is what Lance Gibbs is all about. Subscribe to Lance's newsletter, the ROI on dating, and follow his work at legacymatchmaking.com. And if this episode sparked a shift in your thinking, subscribe to the show, leave us a rating, and share this episode with someone who deserves more in love. We'll include all the links in the description of this episode and in the show notes. I'm going to make it super simple. So all you guys just click the link and it'll take you right to all things legacy matchmaking. Thank you so much, Lance.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Peace to all. My name is Deanie, and I am the host of Vigilantes Radio Live. I think that we are beyond just asking cool questions and getting cool responses. I think that we are here as creatives to provide an example that you can do things different outside of expectations, because some of us simply were not born into the club, but there is perhaps a door, window, or back gate that we can leave a clue for you to get into. Life is short, but there are plenty of moments to try and get it right. Pursuing your dreams and learning from mistakes may be tough, but regret is tougher. To book your interview, email us at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That's a V as in victorious. Or visit onlyonemediagroup.com. I'm counting on you. Heaven, we all are counting on you to step into your purpose and your passion. You are listening to Vigilantes Radio Live on iHeartRadio, providing you with an opportunity to dive deeper.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com.